Hello everyone. It's 6 p.m. But I'll just wait till 6:05 so that if anyone is running late can join and we'll start at 6:05. Hello, everyone. Good evening. We are going to start our second class on Mindfulness Foundation course. I hope most of you have joined. You were supposed to join. And yeah, so without being any more late, we'll just join. Yeah, okay, we'll just start the class today. Okay, so let's start with the table of contents. Okay, so what are we going to discuss today in the next, in the second class? Okay, seven benefits of mindfulness. I think that maybe this will give a bit more motivation about why we should incorporate mindfulness or why we would tell our clients to incorporate mindfulness on a daily basis. So yeah, that's there. Okay, kinds of mindfulness practice. So today we'll discuss about two main kinds of mindfulness practice. We'll talk about that. We'll do a small practice as we did the last day, and we'll do it every day. Also, it's called the tangerine meditation. I have requested all of you to bring an orange with you since it's winter and it's in the season as well. So we'll do a practice session with that. Then I'll discuss about the assignment, and then we'll of course reflect on how the practice went or any questions, anything at all is welcome, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, so then, okay, yeah. So then we can start with this. Okay. So the first one. Okay, wait. I think I just stopped sharing. Just a second. Okay, right. So we'll start. Okay. So first, Arthur will discuss about the seven benefits of mindfulness. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I think we all discuss a lot about what mindfulness is, but very much less discuss about what are the benefits of mindfulness or why we should actually practice mindfulness. So maybe we'll start with this. Okay. So the first one is reduced anxiety and stress. So I'll just read it out from here first and maybe then we'll discuss a bit. Chronic stress is a significant problem for many adults that can contribute to a variety of health problems, including an increased risk of depression and anxiety. According to the American Psychological Association, mindfulness can be helpful for soothing feelings of anxiety and stress. Practices have also been adapted specifically for treating symptoms of stress. One such approach is known as mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR. We'll discuss about MBSR actually in our second course, which is, after the foundation course is done, we'll have another course where we'll discuss about MBSR, or mindfulness based stress reduction. So I won't tell much about this here. So my MBSR is quite a researched therapeutic technique, and it is helpful to reduce stress levels, of course. Okay, one review of the search found that mindfulness based therapy was effective in treatment of anxiety as well, though I would like to mention here that there are two kinds of research when it comes to anxiety. There is a kind which talks about that, people who go through anxiety, if you introduce mindfulness in the very beginning, they can have problems, but it's often it the situation is often like it would get better, but before that sometimes things go worse as well. So I think whenever we are incorporating mindfulness for anxiety treatment, we have to be very cautious about how the client is taking it. Okay. The next one is facilitation of recovery. Recovery in terms of here, I have mentioned the recovery of clients who have chronic diseases or people who have cancer, things like that. So, mindfulness can not only help you deal with a chronic or potentially terminal illness or life threatening event, but it can also help you move on from it. So, a lot of people go into rumination about the kind of, and also I think non acceptance at the same time about why did I have this kind of problem, or why me? I think that is something that we often ask whenever we are having any sort of mental mental disorders or any sort of problems that we are having, right? We often do ask ourselves why me, right? So mindfulness can actually help in the acceptance of the problems or the trauma that we have had. A study of MDSR in Chinese breast cancer survivors provided evidence that mindfulness can enhance post traumatic growth and decrease stress and anxiety in cancer patients. Such studies also showed that women who practiced mindfulness were more likely to experience increased self kindness. There is a kind of mindfulness meditation called loving kindness. So, there we often talk about able to join the meeting. Can you, okay? Someone has texted in the group, I think. There is someone in the group called O3. Please text him. He would be the one he is the one who is letting in the participants. Please text him O3. Okay, ATRI. Okay, so I'll continue with this. Okay. um, yes, I was talking about loving kindness, right? So there is so in this kind of meditation or mindfulness exercise of loving kindness, we not only extend kindness to other people but also extend kindness to ourselves. We try to love ourselves, which we often on a daily basis. I mean, even if we have any terminal illness or not, I think we all lack the self empathy or being able to love or be kind to ourselves. So, mindfulness helps us to be that. Decrease rumination, ruminating about something in the past, ruminating something about sometimes about random things. It helps us to decrease rumination and of course decrease stress. Oftentimes with the practice of mindfulness, after that many of the times we feel calm, and that can actually help us to reduce stress. Okay. The third one is improved general health. Beyond the many mental health benefits of mindfulness, it can also improve your general health. A study has shown how mindfulness impact health behaviors, found that practicing mindfulness can enhance or increase multiple behaviors related to health, like getting regular health checkups, being physically active, using seat belts, and avoiding nicotine and alcohol. Many of the times, we unknowingly, unmindfully do a lot of things which can impact our health negatively. So, practicing mindfulness can help us with those. Another study of mindfulness and health showed that mindfulness is related to improved cardiovascular health through a lower incidence of smoking, more physical activity, a healthier body mass index. It is also positively linked with lower blood pressure, especially with the if the practitioner is skilled in non-judging and non-reactivity. Now, I think last day we did discuss about the qualities of mindfulness, and it often entails non-judgment or non-reactivity. And whenever there is non-judgment or non-reactivity, that immediately at the same time lowers our cortisol levels, lowers our stress levels as well, which makes us more positive at the same time, and it has an overall impact on our general health. Increased emotional regulation. Another potential benefit of mindfulness is that the practice may help you identify and manage your feelings. Emotional regulation refers to, so many of you, I don't know, right? A lot of you might know, a lot of you might not know what emotional regulation is. So, a bit of definition of what it is refers to your ability to exert control over your own emotions. This means being able to both enhance or rein in emotions depending on the situation and need. And that actually entails you not bursting out or you not taking any emotional decisions, right? But doing things accordingly, according to the situation, according to the demand of the situation, right? That's emotional regulation. The ability can play an important role in mental well-being, and difficulties managing emotions are linked to a number of conditions, including depression and borderline personality disorder, or BPD. Research has found that mindfulness based practices can be helpful for enhancing emotional regulation skills. Uh, when it comes to BPD, I want to say that in our course, the next course that we will have, this is the foundation, but there is another course that we are planning. So, in that course, we will talk about how you can, in your clinical practice, incorporate mindfulness to help anyone, any adult or children who has PPD, any adolescent, sorry, any adolescent or any adult who has PPD. So, yeah, that's there, right? And yeah, many of the times I see my clients when they are not mindful about their emotions, they don't know what causes them anger. They don't know what causes them sadness. They don't know when they are getting sad or when they are getting angry at the same time, or what are the urges that are coming up along with sadness or along with anger. They just sometimes burst it out, or they sometimes lash out on other people. So mindfulness really helps when it comes to these things, where there is increased emotional regulation. You have a better control over your mood. Okay. Better memory. Better memory. Mindfulness may also have potential as a way to boost your memory. If you've ever forgotten an important meeting or misplaced your car keys, then you know that even simple everyday memory problems can be a major hassle. Many of these moments of forgetfulness are caused by something known as proactive interference, where older memories interfere with the ability to access newer ones. So this often happens that, when we are doing things unmindfully, we often forget, where did I keep the keys? It happens with me as well. Where did I keep the keys? I just opened, maybe I just used the pen, I kept it, and then I forgot where I kept the pen. And those are classic examples of how mindfulness can help with better memory. So because I am unmindful, it is interfering with the memory, and I can't remember things. There is a interesting study that I found, so I wanted to add here, and I would read it out. In one 2019 study, participants either received 4 weeks of mindfulness training or took a creative writing course. Memory tests indicated that those who had been trained in mindfulness practices showed the greatest reductions in proactive interference, which resulted in improvements in their short term memory. Participants didn't just show improvements in memory performance, however, they also demonstrated changes in their brains. Brain imaging also revealed that participants in the mindfulness training condition experienced volume changes in their hippocampus, an area of the brain associated with memory. So oftentimes mindfulness and with regular, 4 weeks, as little as maybe 4 weeks of mindfulness meditation practice can change your brain chemistry, can change your brain volume. So yeah, it is that helpful, it's that impactful. Number six is stronger relationships. There is also emerging evidence that practicing mindfulness may have a positive impact on our interpersonal relationships. People who are more accepting of their partners are also more satisfied with their relationships. Instead of focusing on their partner's flaws and trying to change them, mindfulness makes it easier to accept that their partner is not always perfect. And it might not only happen with partners, it might happen with other people as well. Anyone, as a matter of fact, with whomever we are living, or our friends. Sometimes mindfulness will make things better for you. And because the attitude of mindfulness is, of course, being non-judgmental and accepting a lot of things. And of course, it doesn't mean that you tolerate everything, no, but maybe it will give you a different perspective and allow you to see more, and allow you to see the positive sides of a relationship or a person as well. Maybe, less reactivity and more objectivity. Cognitive improvement. So there is a, this is a big part where mindfulness itself, the process includes a lot of cognitive abilities. Mindfulness doesn't just help you focus. Yes, Sakshi, please tell me.
Yeah, hi Gargi.
Yes.
I'll really appreciate if you could make a class little interactive because it gets a little boring when we are hearing the same person. And also if you could add points on your own rather than, I mean, you have been adding it, but it becomes more like you have been reading from the slides. So I hope
Okay.
that you take this as a feedback and you take it up positively. Yeah,
Of course,
thank you.
definitely. Yes, definitely, Sakshi. I do appreciate it. There is interaction towards the end of the class. These are bare informations which I would have to add. And yeah, maybe I can reduce what is written here, but I would have to tell you about all of these things, sadly. So, and also, I think in a class of 30, and I think there were more people last day. Um, I don't know how many people would actually interact. So yeah, definitely, I can definitely make it more interactive. Actually, it will be more interactive. Sakshi, is this the first day you are? Yeah, is this the first day you are joining? Did you join the last day as well?
No, I did not. But I have joined previous classes in art therapy and they were really interactive and I love those sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sakshi, if you still feel that way till the end, do give me the feedback, okay? How you feel till the end,
Okay,
okay? Because
sure. Sure. Thank you so much.
of course, no problem. Yeah. Okay, so doesn't just help you focus on your thoughts or remembering things more readily. Evidence suggests it can actually play a role in your ability to think flexibly and clearly. Okay, so now I had a question in mind for all of you, that what are the things you feel, in terms of what are the cognitive improvements, or what are the cognitive abilities that are included in mindfulness? Since last day we already talked about the qualities of mindfulness. Can you tell me anything that comes to your mind if I ask that, what are the abilities that includes mindfulness? Yes, anyone can speak. You don't have to raise your hand.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question? My network got
Yeah,
broke.
yeah, sure. I'm asking that what are the cognitive abilities you feel, right? is involved in mindfulness. I've written it here, but still, if you can answer whatever comes to your mind. Cognitive abilities, like here I have written about sustained attention. So anything else that comes to mind? Attention is a cognitive
Introspect
ability. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please.
introspecting our own self, like you said, attention, that actually paying
Yes.
attention, that what thoughts are coming and how, like for
Right.
me, when you told us to do the last activity, I introspected that I overthink, and my overthinking makes my present action, which I'm doing, like brushing my teeth, a little slower, which is
Right.
supposed to be done in 1 minute, it might take 1 minute and 30 seconds or 40. And same
Hmm.
thing happens, you forget, like if you are doing some work in the kitchen, you pick
Right.
the one thing, you put it in the fridge, and then you forget that there was another thing to be put in the fridge, so there are two rounds of fridge going to the fridge. So yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else who would like to maybe pitch in, tell me, anything else that you feel, how we use our cognition or cognitive abilities in mindfulness? Yes, please, please. Yeah. Breathe better. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Sakshi.
so we also become aware of the emotions, our thought processes, because since we are focusing on one particular thing, also it
Yeah.
will enhance our attention span. So we become more aware of the things that we have been doing, which includes our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors.
Right. Right. So awareness, right?
Yeah.
Awareness. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Anyone else who would like to maybe pitch in? Tell me. I've written about three, but I'm sure there are more as well. Anything else that you would like to mention or talk about?
Good day, Gagi.
Yes. Yes. Hello. Yes.
Hello, good day. I think also it also helps in problem solving.
Mm,
Yes, I
yeah.
think it encourages like open-mindedness and
Yeah.
having a flexibility in thinking. Yeah, I
Mm,
think that way. Also, maybe being creative in problem solving.
hmm. Do you think that it is more about objectivity? I mean, it gives you the objectivity, and that in turn makes helps you to be creative in problem solving.
Yes, I think so as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, thank you. Okay, someone said being in the moment. Yes, breathe better. Yes. Anyone else who would like to say? Okay, so then I'll only read. There are two more things. One, as I said, about sustained attention, and there are two more: cognitive flexibility and cognitive inhibition. Okay, so cognitive flexibility is nothing. I think all of you said a lot of things, and it is about being able to shift your thoughts, being able to see things from different perspectives. That's what cognitive flexibility is. These cognitive abilities are important for a wide variety of everyday tasks. They allow you to think quickly and adapt to changing information. Such skills also help you to switch from one task to another easily, and in general just makes all of our lives much more better. And I think with I get a lot of clients who has a lot of concentration issues. So many of the times it really helps if you practice mindfulness. That helps you be more aware, as someone said, right? So be more aware and concentrate on who you are, what your thoughts are, and also you know the problems. Okay, so now, okay, so kinds of practice in mindfulness. Okay, so does anyone know what are the kinds of practice that there can be in mindfulness? There are different kinds. Okay, so I'll just talk about one today. But if anyone knows, can you pitch in? Can you tell me if you know anything about the kinds of practice?
Breathing is one, writing down the thoughts which are coming in your mind without like manipulating or changing them.
those are the type, those are not the kinds of, those are like, there are two broad areas. Okay, the
Okay.
things that both of you said, Sakshi and you, right? Those are part of a type of, practice. Okay, so I'll tell you here only, there are two broad types. Okay, one is formal practice, okay, and one is informal practice. Okay, I'll talk about both today. The guided imagery, yes, guided imagery is not actually a mindfulness practice. Okay, it is a meditation, yes, but it is more about concentrating on one imagery. Okay, and mindfulness is more about being here and now. Okay, what happens in a guided imagery is that many of the times um, we go somewhere in our mind. We are not present here. Okay, progressive muscle relaxation is a mindfulness practice. Yes, progressive muscle relaxation is a mindfulness practice where we pay attention to our body. Okay, so that's there. So let's discuss a bit about two kinds of practice. The first one here is formal practice. A formal practice is what it has traditionally been called a meditation. Okay, it is called a meditation, but it is not really a meditation. Okay, it entails setting aside the time to do nothing but sitting and being, or meditating. In this state of sitting, you may practice a body scan, simple or energetic breathing, tagging emotions or thoughts, or focus and awareness of your environment. But do remember that whatever it is always bringing you back to here and now. Okay, with a formal practice you may take between 1 minute to many hours. Usually it is said that you start with 2 minutes, 5 minutes of breathing, and then you upscale it. A formal practice can be done in four body positions: sitting, standing, walking, and lying down. Okay. So I'll just first mention all of the ones that are here. The sitting meditation is the one that we know, that we usually, we've seen it, right? Where person is sitting and trying to meditate and be aware, trying to concentrate. That's the simple sitting meditation. Awareness of breath. Last day, those of you joined, we did awareness of breath. Okay. It's not easy for sure, but yeah, it's a formal practice of mindfulness. Walking meditation, walking meditation is as simple as you walk. Okay, and you are aware of how you're walking, where you're walking, how is your body feeling when you're walking, what are the physical sensations, how is your environment. So trying to be aware of those things is a walking meditation. Eating meditation can be done with, it is as simple as you are eating something, you are consuming something, and while that you're being aware, you're trying to be in the present moment. Sensory guided meditations, and the last one is body scan. Sensory guided meditations are, again, it goes back to, suppose you take something in your hand and you try to feel it, you try to feel what's the texture. We'll do something like this today, a sensory guided meditation. See how it goes for you. Okay. I'll come to questions, okay, if you have any questions regarding these two, but let me just complete. Since this is the theory, I know it's boring, as Sakshi said. I know it gets boring, but this is the information that unfortunately I would have to speak about to take this course forward, because these are the basics. Without these, it's difficult to just build anything on, right? The next one is informal practice, is how we apply mindfulness or compassion to our everyday lives. With an informal with an informal practice, yeah, with an informal practice, we focus intensely on the sensations that arise in each situation that we find ourselves in. When eating, we focus on sight, smell, taste, touch, and maybe even sound to anchor us in the present moment. We might also become aware of emotions or thoughts arising in the moment. When walking, we walk mindful of the feet of the, feel of the ground, the path ahead, the surroundings when crossing the street, things like that. So some of the informal practices can be, look, informal practice can be anything. Anything that you do can be an informal practice of mindfulness. And often when I tell my clients, I start with informal practice, right? Like last day I gave you an assignment about, brushing your teeth or, doing anything that you do every day, right? So that was an informal practice. Some of the examples that I've written here is, washing dishes. Hey, can you all hear me? Oh, right. Yes. Washing dishes, noticing nature, listening to anything, actually, as a matter of fact. Showering, driving, parenting, movement, or breathing. It can be anything. It can be as simple as if you, in the morning, you just sit with your cup of tea and you just sip the tea. And if you take 10 minutes to have the tea, you sit there and you are being mindful of how you have the tea, right? So that's an example. Okay, does anyone have any questions in, how much ever we discussed today about the formal and informal practice or any of the benefits? I think the benefits one was, elaborate only. But anything that you have, yes, please. Yes, both of Sakshi, you can say first.
Yeah, so how mindfulness is different from meditation? It sounds a little similar to me.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I will cover that part. I will. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. I'll definitely say about that. Yes.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Please tell me.
Uh, Ma'am, I missed first two points and benefits of mindfulness. Can you repeat them quickly? Especially the part where you were explaining anxiety part, the very beginning.
The very beginning, anxiety and stress. Now, I'm so
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I'll do is that I'll send you the PPT after this. Okay, after the class is over.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay,
so
ma'am.
you can text me if you don't understand, because I think there are a lot of things that we have to do after this. So I'm
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. I'm so sorry, but I won't be able to repeat.
It's
Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Right. Yes. Yes. Thank you for understanding. Okay. So now for the practice. Today we're going to practice something called tangerine meditation. Okay. So can you? So this is, of course, is a mindfulness practice, and it's called tangerine meditation. I would encourage. I'll give all of you 1 minute, if 1 or 2 minutes. Please get your oranges. We will need this at this point of time. And I'll give all of you 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah, sure. Can you bring the oranges that I asked you? I texted in the group about, we'll do one activity about which has orange in it. So if you even don't have orange, you can bring any other fruit which is available in your house. Okay, is everyone ready? Can we start? Okay, yeah. Even if you get an apple, that's okay. Though I'll be talking about oranges, right? It's okay if you have at least some having something in your hand would help. I mean, having a fruit. Okay, so I'll start, okay? So have the fruit in your hand and allowing the eyes to close. Take a few full breaths in and out through the nose. Relaxing here and taking just a few moments to connect to your breath and the body. Feeling your feet on the ground and noticing all the places where your body makes contact with your chair or the bed or wherever you are sitting. With your awareness in this moment, notice any thoughts or sensations or emotions that you are experiencing. When you are ready, keeping the eyes closed, pick up the fruit, the orange, the apple, hold it in your hands, a fruit, hold it in your hands, feel its weight on your hands, notice the texture of the skin, the temperature, how it feels in the palm of your hand and on your fingertips. What can you notice when you explore this fruit through touch? Now, bring the orange up towards your nose, slowly inhaling its scent. With your eyes closed, Smell the fruit. Imagine the orange blossoms in the orange. Let your mind feel alive with the bright scent of the fruit. And now open your eyes. Imagine that you are seeing this fruit, an orange or an apple, for the very first time in your life. Notice the color, the shape, texture, and the size of the fruit that you are holding. Notice if you have any judgments of the fruit, or if your mind is comparing it in any way with any other fruit, any other food. What else can you see or sense or feel with your eyes? Now, bring the orange near to your ear now. Listen for any sounds as you rotate, squeeze, or shake your fruit in any way. At different points during the exercise, if you find your mind wandering, don't let this upset you. As soon as you notice you're not paying attention to your senses, just tune back in. Just bring yourself back. Tune in to the sights, smell, and sound of the orange. Now take a few moments to peel your fruit. You don't have to hurry, do it slowly. Take your time here, really challenging yourself to move slowly. Feel the cool skin underneath your fingers, the skinny, the sticky juice that bursts out of the orange when you peel it. Bring awareness to how it smells. What's here for you as you do this? Now pull off a segment from the orange. Use all five of your senses to explore the segment. When you're ready, place the slice on your lips, noticing the sensations of touch before placing it in your mouth. Even before you eat it, you may notice that your mouth is beginning to water. Now place it in your mouth without chewing or swallowing it. Notice the instinctive reaction to bite straight away and instead linger a moment or two on what you notice. Just simply notice. Just allow it to be in your mouth, rolling it around different parts of your mouth if you can, and exploring it with your tongue. Notice the flavor and texture. Notice the physical sensations within your body, especially inside of your mouth. Continue to breathe as you explore the sensations of having this orange slice in your mouth. Next, take just one bite and notice the flavor. Notice the change of texture exploding in your mouth. Then, very slowly, begin to chew your orange, noticing the parts of your mouth that are involved in chewing. Notice the sound and movement of chewing even as you notice the sensations and the flavor. When you are ready, swallow this item and notice the path that it follows from your mouth and throat all the way into your stomach. Notice the sensations and taste that linger in your mouth long after the fruit is gone. Once you swallow the fruit, let the experience linger, awaken gratitude and joy deep inside you. When you're ready, you can come back to here and now. Bring your mind back to this class. I would like to know how every one of you is feeling. Give me some feedback, give me some thoughts about what we just did, positive, negative, without any judgments, anything that comes up in your mind.
Light
Yes,
and
anyone?
fresh.
Okay, right. Have you ever noticed a fruit like this before, or any food, as a matter of fact?
Yes, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because
So,
I eat it from, it's like my from childhood only, I eat my food very consciously and very
Okay.
attentively. So, yes,
Oh,
I do.
okay. Right. That's good. Yes. Anyone else? Please share. Tell me, how are you feeling about it? Was it a new experience? Did you do this before? Okay. Sakshi felt sleepy. Okay. Sakshi, did you have an orange with you?
Yeah, yes, I had an orange with me, but as we were
Okay.
continuing, I felt a little sleepy with all my eyes closed. And, anyways, I find it very difficult to meditate or sit
Hmm.
quiet in a place.
Right, right. I think not only Sakshi, a lot of people have problem with this, and I'll tell you, many of the times when it comes to mindfulness, we feel sleepy because our wandering mind comes to a stop, and the mind comes to a peaceful state, and that is the reason we feel sleepy. People who are restless and people who are who are thinking about something or the other, right, all the time, our minds are always restless. When we go to sleep, our mind has to be, it has to come to a peaceful state. When we practice mindfulness, something similar happens. We come to a peaceful state, and therefore we feel sleepy. And many of the times it can be a carryover of some tiredness that we already have. If the whole day had been tiring, the whole week had been tiring, it's difficult to concentrate, it's difficult to be mindful, do new exercises right now. So then you can feel sleepy. Yes, please tell me.
Yeah, also, how can this practice help our clients in a therapy session?
I think I discussed about the benefits, right? So in a therapy session, uh, mindfulness in general helps them with the kind of emotions that they're feeling. When I was speaking about it, I did mention that
No, I'm sorry to cut you, but not in general. So, for example, whenever we do a particular activity with any of our clients, there has to
Mhm,
be some attached purpose to it, right?
mhm.
So,
Yeah,
what? So, basically, in what particular cases can we use this activity with our clients? Did
yeah.
you
So
get my question?
I did get your question. Yes,
Oh,
I was answering this question only, that while yes, I was answering this question only, that when I was talking about the benefits, yes, if you're doing mindfulness, one of the purpose can be to bring your mind to here and now, and that can help you to understand the emotions that you are feeling. Okay, since you said about you feeling sleepy, and a lot of us do feel sleepy, and that is because our mind is always restless. So people who have a restless mind, who are constantly thinking about something or the other, right? It will help them to come back to here and now. It will help them to feel, at peace with themselves. Agitation, restlessness will decrease if you practice mindfulness. And I told you about all the benefits that I already mentioned. So if someone is having stress, someone is having any other problems like you know maybe rumination, or all the other things that I already mentioned, you can practice mindfulness you know in those cases with the clients. Hmm. Okay, right. So someone just said a very funny thing. Okay, Sakshi, did I answer your question more or less?
yeah, it was answered. Thank you.
Yes. um Wait just a second. Yeah. Okay, so Dr. Nida, I think Nida CP, it's hard to keep orange in mouth for 30 seconds or more, as it's tasty and tickles brain to eat it. Yes, I know, right? And that's the point, that's the point. You try to still keep it, right? Anyone else who would like to talk about how they felt, or if you have any question regarding how this can help a client or anything like that? or how they felt in general. I would really like to know.
Yeah, so for me, sometimes when we eat, we always eat in hurry burry, especially fruits also. Taste it and
Yeah.
you'll go off. But doing this exercise, it also the testing of our patience uh,
Hmm.
to do it slowly, and that was little difficult for me. I said we
Yeah.
keep it, and we also be conscious about that. That gives a
Hmm.
new experience also. That is one
Hmm.
thing I was feeling that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think a lot of you might feel that, why would someone do this with an orange? It's pointless. But the point here is, to take this as a practice. It can be a practice, and when difficult emotions show up, you can be aware of the emotions and how it is triggering you. And such practices that we are doing every day can be the building blocks of how you would teach your client about it, or how you would incorporate this in your daily life, and how you can do it later when a difficult situation comes up. Because when a difficult situation comes up, we often go to quote unquote autopilot mode. It becomes a situation where we are trying to escape, or we are trying to just blast off to something. Mindfulness is also about feeling that you can respond and not react. Many of the times we react, we don't respond. There is no pause to think about what we are saying. So, yeah. Okay, so Bisma says, yeah. So Bisma says that enjoyed it. It was very calming and very relaxing for me. I've enjoyed this activity. Anyone else who would like to, talk about how they felt? Even if it is bad, even if it is something that they did not enjoy, that's welcome as well. Ma'am, please relate the things in with real. Okay, Sabha says, ma'am, please relate the things in with real examples, because it feels like we're listening to only speaker who is okay. Hmm. Sabha, I have a question for you. Can you tell me how would you like it to be more interactive? Because I am asking questions like I did about, how you're feeling. I did ask questions about how, what are the cognitive abilities. We just did a practice. I asked about, how did you feel? Uh, can you tell me about what would you like to be added more? Of course, there are some, just data which needs to be read, and as I said, those are the building blocks. It can be boring, I do agree, but it is important. I may not write all those things in the PPT, but then I have to say it nevertheless. So yeah, Sabha, can you also, I think I would also encourage all of you to, if you have any questions, please do ask. If you want to add anything, please do add. I would like if every one of you take up onus to make this session more reactive, sorry, more interactive. Okay. So yeah. Short cases. Okay, so when it comes to cases or case studies, right? I think I'm constantly talking about, when what I do with my client when this happens, or what I do with this. So these are the small things that I will. But case study in terms of mindfulness is a bit of a complicated procedure, and this is just the second class. So I would really encourage all of you to be a bit more patient, right? Maybe we'll do it soon, but the second class, when we're just talking about the basics, maybe not now. I did talk about reactivity. I did talk about anxiety, stress, cognitive abilities, memory, all of these things, and how it will help our clients. But in terms of specific case discussion, that it will take some time, because unless and until this is, one thing is mindfulness is such a thing that unless and until you yourself practice it, it is very difficult to teach it to someone. So the first step here is for you to practice. So maybe being more in the class, being, maybe interacting with me, interacting with everyone here is, most welcome. And of course, giving feedbacks about the practice that we are doing is also welcome. So I think, once these boring, phases are gone, we can of course talk about, short cases and all. But mindfulness has to start with you first, then other people. Okay, one thing is that I think, Sakshi, yeah, please.
Hi, I just wanted to address something, but we can do it once you're done with it.
Yeah, you can say now only, then I
Right,
can add, no
right.
problem.
So, hi, this is O3. I'm just wanted to like sort of address to all the participants who are here today right now. So, just a few clarifications. I know I'll be putting this down on the group as well. One is that you'll receive all the recordings of the sessions at the end of the course, right? So, once you're done with it, it would take some time for us to compile and send it to you. Second, only the people who have registered through the link that we put the post on, they would only be getting the certificate if all of you submit the assignment, right? So that's these are like the two major things that I would wanted to talk about. But in case you have not registered this time and you're still attending the classes, that's completely all right, you can. But I'm not sure if we would be able to provide you with a certificate. When once we do this another time, next time, this is a second batch of it, you're free to apply for the certificate, the fact that you have done the and attended all the classes, right? Any questions or clarifications that you have from your end regarding this? Yes, Arif, go ahead, please.
I want to know about the assignments. Do you provide the questions or anything assignment in the group, or how do we have to do the assignment to get the certificate?
Right. So since Gargi ma'am would be taking more four classes, if I'm not wrong, and I'll be taking two and Dr. Ria one, so we would have our individual methods of assignments, right? So you can clarify from your current instructor right now as to what the assignment would be, how the submission procedure is going to be, right? Once I'll be starting off with my classes, I'll do the same from my end as well, right?
Okay, thank you.
Right. And also, just Gargi ma'am, just to pitch in the case study part a
Yeah,
little bit. I also
yeah,
wanted to just clarify that since I'll be covering the clinical mindfulness part, I was thinking if I could put some case studies there, right? Then we could all sit and evaluate as a group how what we can do about a
yeah,
particular case and have more
yeah,
perspective, right? And
yeah.
just wanted to put that across, right? Thank you so much.
Okay, so regarding assignments, right? So before going there, I'll just, there's a very important, I think, very helpful comment here by Bhuvaneshwari Suryan, right? Adding on to Karki, sometimes clients may be preoccupied with their concerns or ongoing challenges. Incorporating a mindfulness technique can help them refocus on the present moment. In such cases, we utilize these techniques to support their engagement and presence. So, yes, I think this is a very good comment. I think, I can't right now give you discuss short examples, but yeah, I will be constantly adding about, how I deal with, clients in my chamber, or how we can help people with mindfulness in general, right? Okay, so regarding the assignment, okay, last day I had discussed an assignment, okay, and in every class I will discuss an assignment, and you need to give or do the assignment rather first, and give it to me through mail once the course is done. So once the course full is done, then you can give the assignment to me. Okay. If you have any further questions regarding the assignments, you can post it in the group or personally, text me as well. So let's come to the assignment now. Okay. And I'll talk to you about it. I'll just, tell you what to do exactly. Okay. Find a quiet place where you can walk undisturbed for about 10 minutes. Pick a path that is 15 to 20 feet long, or pick a path maybe where you can walk for 10 minutes, that's fine. and walk very slowly back and forth along the path. Bring your full undivided attention to the lower legs and feet. Close your eyes if you can while walking, okay? Reflect on and write about any thoughts, feelings, or sensation you noticed during the practice. That's it. It's a very simple exercise, just maybe 10 to 15 minutes of walking and being mindful while you're walking, mindful of how you are walking, as I said, the lower legs, feet, undivided attention, write about your experience. Do it at least 3 times this whole week until we meet the next time on Saturday. Okay, now again, this is a mindfulness activity. I think Sakshi did ask me about what. Sakshi, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Yes, right. Yeah, you did ask me about meditation, mindfulness. It's these two seemingly, becoming similar. So, meditation is a part of mindfulness, okay? But mindfulness is a broader umbrella term, okay? Mindfulness, under mindfulness comes meditation. It is a type of mindfulness, or it is one of the techniques of mindfulness, okay? Meditation simply means, just sitting, being aware, okay, concentrating on something, okay, or just trying to be aware. That's it about meditation. Mindfulness means just like I discussed. It can be walking, it can be eating, it can be body scan, it can be awareness in your breath, it can be any of it. So mindfulness is a broader term. Meditation is just a part of mindfulness. Does that make sense, Sakshi?
Yeah, it does.
No, that. Ashwin, yeah, please
Ma'am,
tell.
when you say body scan, what do you mean by that? The way we
Okay.
did the, feeling how the orange is going inside us, or what?
Hmm.
Body scan.
No, no, no. Body scan is a different technique altogether. Okay. So, what it involves is that, of course, you breathe, but you become aware of your body. It's like scanning your whole body. That's body scan. Okay, so it really helps you to relieve a lot of stress. And body scan simply means, feeling your toes, feeling your fingers, feeling how your shoulders feel heavy, feeling your face, how, maybe tense or warm it feels. So that's a body scan. There's it's a different technique which will, we will do it, right? I hope to do it, right? So that's body scan. That's a very different technique. Okay. Orange, this thing that we did, it's more like a eating mindfulness technique, okay, where you are eating something and you are paying attention to that, undivided attention, and looking at it from a beginner's mind or from a beginner's view or from a beginner's eyes. So yeah, being non-judgmental about it. That's it. Does it answer your question, Ashwin?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, so it's already 7:15, so we'll end it here today, right? I'll, of course, keep all of your feedbacks in mind and try to make more interactive. Let's see how that goes, our next session. I would also encourage all of you to be, interacting with me, asking questions, adding things when I am asking, okay? I would really like that from the next session. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yes, Bhuvaneshwari. Yes, please. Then. Okay. Okay, so bye for today. Sakshi, you have something to say? Yes, please. Right.
Yeah, hi Gargi. Thank you for taking up the feedback so positively and not being offended by it. So I
Of
really
course.
appreciate that. Thank you. It was lovely meeting you. Bye.
Yes. Also, Sakshi, at the end of the session, how do you feel? Do you feel okay? Do you feel? I know the theory part is boring. Okay, I know that. But other than that, uh,
No, the entire session was really nice, except for the theoretical part that I told you about. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
also, I think mindfulness, especially, is not meant for me. Like, I've been trying it since a very long time now, and also it does not works a lot with my clients. And this was the reason behind me joining this particular course. So, would
Okay.
you be able to tell me, like, how can I incorporate mindfulness into my daily life? Like small
Okay.
little steps that I can take up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Sakshi, would it be okay if I text you about this since I want to complete the
Sure,
class
sure.
and it's
Yeah,
important?
sure. Not
So
an
I can
issue.
text
Thank you
you
so
about it.
much.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay, sure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Sakshi.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.